1、2、3，嗨，我是云轩，
我是袁轩，
我是玉君。
1、2、3 ，Welcome to Super Show。我是 Penny，I'm Bob。耶。
Okay, the question 1, we will talk about Mark. Mark is a botanist and a plant explorer in the Neotropics. He is an expert on the rainforest ecosystem. Mark is an advocate for tropical rainforest conservation.
Yeah. In the TED Talk video, what the people of the Amazon know that you don't, Mark Parkin discussed that we should protect the local culture and the natural environment in the Amazon. First, Mark told us that he hurt his foot in a climbing accident and tried a lot of ways to treat it, but it didn't work. Several months later, he took a trip to the rainforest in Amazon. Out of his expectation, there was a witch doctor in a local village and magically cured his foot by some local herbs. Second, he told us another experience by his friend, Lauren McCall, that's about the magic fork. It has a great relationship to the high blood pressures, but due to the time limit, we won't play this clip. And let's watch the video.
Now, 4 years ago, I injured my foot in a climbing accident, and I went to the doctor. She gave me heat, she gave me cold, aspirin, narcotic painkillers, anti-inflammatories, cortisone shots. Didn't work. Several months later, I was in the Northeast Amazon, walked into a village, and the shaman said, "You're limping." And I'll never forget this as long as I live. He looked me in the face and he said, "Take off your shoe and give me your machete." He walked over to a palm tree and carved off a fern, threw it in the fire, applied it to my foot, threw it in a pot of water, and had me drink the tea. The pain disappeared for 7 months. When it came back, I went to see the shaman again. He gave me the same treatment, and I've been cured for 3 years now. Who would you rather be treated by? Now, make no mistake, Western medicine is the most successful system of healing ever devised, but plenty of holes in it. Where's the cure for breast cancer? Where's the cure for schizophrenia? Where's the cure for acid reflux? Where's the cure for insomnia? The fact is that these people can sometimes cure things we cannot. Here you see a medicine man in the Northeast Amazon treating leishmaniasis, a really nasty protozoal disease that afflicts 12 million people around the world. Western treatment are injections of antimony. They're painful, they're expensive, and they're probably not good for your heart. It's a heavy metal. This man cures it with 3 plants from the Amazon rainforest. This is a shaman in the Northwest Amazon in the middle of a Yahé ceremony. I took him to Los Angeles to meet a foundation officer looking for support for monies to protect their culture. This fellow looked at the medicine man and he said, "You didn't go to medical school, did you?" The shaman said, "No, I did not." He said, "Well, then what can you know about healing?" The shaman looked at him and he said, "You know what? If you have an infection, go to a doctor." He said, "But many human afflictions are diseases of the heart, the mind, and the spirit. Western medicine can't touch those. I cure them."
Okay, let's talk about what happened after he cured by the magic witch. After Mark talked to the local people, Mark finally knew that many of the precious herbs and had become extinct since people in developing countries exploited the resource in rainforest.
Furthermore, the witch doctor also told Plucking that the area of the rainforest have been quickly eliminating in recent years. Thus, some special therapies were gradually disappearing. And let's watch the video.
Right-hand side of the slide. Even today, when people come out of the forest, the story seldom has a happy ending. These are newcocks. They were contacted in the 80s. Within a year, everybody over 40 was dead. Now remember, these are pre-literate societies. The elders are the libraries. Every time a shaman dies, it's as if a library has burned down. They have been forced off their lands. The drug traffickers have taken over the newcock lands. And the newcocks live as beggars in public parks in eastern Colombia. From the newcock lands, I want to take you to the southwest, to the most spectacular landscape in the world, Chiribiquete National Park. It was surrounded by 3 isolated tribes, and thanks to the Colombian government and Colombian colleagues, it is now expanded. It's bigger than the state of Maryland. It is a treasure trove of botanical diversity. It was first explored botanically in 1943 by my mentor, Richard Schultes, seen here atop the Bell Mountain, the sacred mountains of the Carijonas. And let me show you what it looks like today. Flying over Chiribiquete, realize that these lost world mountains are still lost. No scientist has been atop them. In fact, nobody's been atop the Bell Mountain since Schultes in 43. And we'll end up here with the Bell Mountain just to the east of the picture. Let me show you what it looks like today.
Okay, in the end, Mark gives us a question, what the future holds, and encourage us to make a better world. To clarify, he says, let's live in a world where the shamans live in these forests and heal themselves and us with their mystical plants and their sacred frogs. I think those herbs and the traditional treatment are very precious for human beings, so it is necessary to protect traditional ecological and local culture. And let's watch the video.
But let me conclude by saying this work can be spiritually rewarding, but it's difficult and it can be dangerous. 2 colleagues of mine passed away recently in the crash of a small plane. They were serving the forest to protect those uncontacted tribes. So the question is, in conclusion, is what the future holds. These are the Yore people in Brazil. What does the future hold for them, and what does the future hold for us? Let's think differently. Let's make a better world. If the climate's going to change, let's have a climate that changes for the better rather than the worse. Let's live on a planet full of luxuriant vegetation in which isolated peoples can remain in isolation, can maintain that mystery and that knowledge if they so choose. Let's live in a world where the shamans live in these forests and heal themselves and us with their mystical plants and their sacred frogs. Thanks again.
Okay, let me answer the third question. Smart plucking tries to catch the public's attention toward this crucial global issue, to protect the rainforest from being destroyed by the developing countries. Since there are some precious traditional cultures in the local too, the best way we should do is to work together to conserve the nature. Furthermore, there are also some old therapies and special herbs that can cure bizarre disease that Western medical can't. By delivering this speech, Mark Plucking advocates us to protect the environment and ecological diversity. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.